Guys, after subscribing to this channel, please make sure that you also press the bell icon so that no notification, no new video of mine, any educational video, is missed by anybody.
All right. So I welcome one and all in the session tonight, and we have it on HIV in pregnancy. We have the recent NACO guidelines as well, and they are very, very important for understanding how to handle this case antenatally and intrapartum as well as postpartum. Usually, intrapartum, postpartum remains the same. It is just the antenatal. How often will you get them tested? What all drugs are safe for the patient? What should be given? What is the first choice, second choice, and how to handle the neonate post delivery? Become extremely important questions for this case. For today's presentation, I have Nisha with me, and I invite her for starting the presentation. Over to you, Nisha.
Good evening, all. My patient, Srimati Sushila Devi, 26-year-old, Gravida 2, Para 1, Living 1, hailing from a village near Barabanki, Uttar Pradesh. She's a housewife with the date of admission on 14/8/2025. The informant being patient herself. She 26-year-old pregnant woman. She presented at 32 weeks of gestation, booked at a PHC since 16 weeks, known HIV positive since her first antenatal visit, own ART, comes for routine antenatal checkup and counseling.
So up till now, she was with the PHC, okay? She was not with them. But she gives history of taking ART, which is very encouraging for us. Now, very important question over here will be that suppose Nisha, she was not on ART, then how would you go about it? What will you counsel the patient? What will you think about at this point in time in your mind?
So, ma'am, according to guidelines, a pregnant lady who is found to be HIV positive, once a day she has to be tested like 3 times. 3 times the result if it is coming positive, and if it will be confirmed, and irrespective of the CD4 count, she should be started on ARTs.
Yes. At any point in time, if she's HIV positive, very important is that she be started on ART, because there is no consensus saying that only after the second, third confirmation, then only you'll have to start her on that. Though you do send for confirmation, definitely, but she has to be immediately followed up with an HIV clinic. People who are specific for STD control and high expertise with STD, and especially in HIV, all the venereal diseases and sexually transmitted diseases, they should be also taken into account. And obviously, she should be started on ART immediately. And anything else that you are going to counsel her for? Suppose she's not willing, she's not happy. First of all, let's say she is HIV positive, known HIV positive, but she's very fearful of starting ART. Then what will you tell her? How will you counsel her?
So I would be telling her, see, I understand your concerns, but it is very important that since you are tested positive, there is high likelihood, the chance that the baby can also get the infection if you are left untreated. The same time, you have to test your partner also.
Yes.
If he is not tested, it is very important that, because it can be transmitted to husband also, or we can know the status of him, and he can also get the treatment started. And once you start the treatment, the likelihood of baby getting infected, the percentage decreases drastically.
Drastically, yes. Would you have some consensus in mind,
Yes.
Nisha? Do you have any
If a patient is not on ART and if she is breastfeeding, ma'am, the risk of transmission is around 25 to 45%.
Yes, very high.
But
Yes.
you start ART and still if she is breastfeeding, the risk comes down very much to like 2% or 1%. That much reduction can be there.
Yes. Breastfeeding, as per RCOG, they discourage it because obviously they have a very high resource country. They are urbanized mostly, very, per capita income is high. But in India, as per NACO guidelines, that's one major difference.
Can be done.
Yeah. So we have to allow breastfeeding, no matter what, because of course, it's going to definitely drastically reduce. Patient on ART not breastfeeding, less than 1%.
1%.
Vertical transmission to the baby. That's a major thing. All right. So you can cut short the vertical transmission to a very great extent with just ART alone, but breastfeeding still, continues the risk of transmission to the baby post delivery. But in our resource setting, we have to allow it keeping very sure that the patient is taking ART strictly and is adhering to it and keeps coming for follow-up. So we have dedicated HIV clinics for that, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
here only why making so many different scenarios, because it will come in different scenarios. For example, now this patient was second gravida. I'll ask you this question when we reach the obstetric history. But suppose this patient was a primary gravida, and this is the first time she got HIV tested and she's positive. Then how your counseling is going to change, Nisha? What will you do?
First time also, ma'am, it's the same thing. We have to start her on ART.
But she's not happy. She's saying, how can I be positive? I'm not positive. Then what? What will you do? She will not start on ART. She's not willing to take ART. Then what? You will repeat the HIV test, but you will tell her very vividly that there's a very high chance that you are positive, because this test is very sensitive, and usually you do not get a false positive. But even if you are insisting, we can arrange for a confirmatory test. But at the same time, if you are positive, you are giving the infection to the baby and also to your partner. In case you are positive and he's not, and in case both are positive, then we need to know that as well. So you are having double problems. First of all, you can transmit this infection to your partner because it's a sexually transmissible disease, and second, its vertical transmission is also known, so you need to stop somewhere. So it is having manifold manifestations. In that case, either you go in for a confirmatory test, but it will take some time to come back. Until then, you have to go to the respective clinics. You can take advice from the experts, but very high recommendation to start ART, because usually the test is pretty sensitive. And we do not take it, we do not take it casually, because it's doubly checked. The moment the test comes out to be positive for any patient, it is automatically cross-checked, doubly checked. They are run again, right? The titers. Okay.
Yes.
So this is the reason why booking visit, we have to get done all these viral markers, isn't it? And we got them. So she was a known case. Our patient is a known case of HIV positive, and she's been following up with the PHC. And was there any problem? Why has she been referred to us at 32 weeks? Was there any reason?
No, ma'am. Just for routine care. Yes.
Okay. And she is on ART. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. We'll know more about it in the history. Yes, antenatal history.
Antenatal history in the first trimester, pregnancy detected with urine pregnancy test at around 6 weeks. There were no history of any excessive vomiting, fever, or rashes. She got registered at PHC at 16 weeks. Baseline investigations were done there.
Okay, and at that time, she was on ART, right?
16 weeks when she went to PHC, they did the testing and found out that she was positive, ma'am.
Oh, that was the first time. That means in pregnancy, she got to know. Her previous pregnancy, she is not HIV positive.
No.
Okay. So HIV positive, started on
ART.
Started on ART. Oh. And was there any baseline tests done at that time, like her viral load or CD4 cell count or baseline tests like
later in the history it will come.
It will come, okay. Yeah.
So in the second trimester, HIV was diagnosed using the routine ICTC screening. CD4 count was done, and at diagnosis it was 412 cells per millimeter cube. Hemoglobin was 10.2 grams per deciliter. She was started on TLD regimen with adherence counseling. A single dose of albendazole given after 14 weeks. First dose of TT was given at 20 weeks.
And what about the viral load? Was it done or not? Baseline?
No, ma'am. Only CD4
It must have been done. Maybe you didn't have the report. So viral load, whatever it is, that I'm writing down, because that at least. So over here, Nisha, can you tell me how often do you get done, or when do you start with ART? What all baseline investigations actually should you get done?
Ma'am, baseline, we should get a CBC done to look for the hemoglobin. Then because several antiviral drugs they have, they are hepatotoxic, nephrotoxic. So we should get LFT, RFT, blood group and typing should be done. And one of the drug, it can alter the lipid profile also. So we can get the lipid panel. That
Actually, lipid profile is
dopamine.
highly deranged in pregnancy itself. Okay,
Mm,
so you
yes,
can't
ma'am.
really rely on the lipid profile, but maybe baseline lipid you can get done, no problem in that. So we can judge the lipids from there. But
Mm.
apart from the baseline tests,
CD4
the
count.
test specific for our case before starting
Specific
ART will be a
CD4 count, the viral load, and
LFT
we
case.
have to LFT, RFT, and we have to rule out other infections also, like hepatitis B, C, syphilis,
Yes,
VDR,
for sure. Very good. And the partner testing. These 4 or 5
partner.
things have to be done and encouraged. A partner, should know about this. This information
Mm.
should be shared with the partner, because then you have to use, if with every sexual encounter, they have to use barrier contraception, because not for contraception, but for avoidance of
Prevent the transmission.
infection. Yes. So these are baseline things that you have to do. So apart from all the baseline tests when she's getting booked, and we now got to know that she's HIV positive, so all the baseline is already done. Now to start with ART, you need a few things for you: HIV viral load, CD4 cell count, and your LFT KFTs are extremely important. Apart from, of course, counseling for getting the other STDs checked, as well as partner testing to be done. So these are
Yes.
certain basics for the patient who is HIV positive. Okay.